Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to the graduating class of 2016. Can I ask everybody to please rise while former State Senator Joan Menard leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of America and to the republic, one nation, under
Thank you. Can I ask Derek Boyd, graduating senior of Bristol Community College, please come up and sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Very nice.
Please sit. Please sit. Please enjoy yourselves. Welcome to the Bristol Community College commencement exercise for the class of 2016. Let's hear it for the high-set graduates one more time. We're gonna go a little bit out of order. Mayor Carrera has a commitment. If you're from the Fall River area nearby, you heard how tragically on Friday a Durfee High School senior was killed in an automobile accident. That's a student that was coming to BCC, and it's a tragedy to lose a young person. It's a tragedy to lose a young person like that, one with so much life, and you only hope that there's some truth to this idea of the good dying young. So the mayor has to go to a civil ceremony for that student, and we're going to take him out of order. So I'd like at this point to introduce you to the mayor. If you don't know Mayor Jazel Correa II, he is a Fall River native. He's quite young. He serves as the youngest serving mayor in the country, which is quite a statement. He has been involved in some form of politics since he was a young student. I think somewhere in here, or it's suggested at around age 13, you got involved in the Bold Coalition, which was an effort to try to deal with addiction problems and those kinds of horrors in the community. So he has been involved in public life since almost birth, half his life. But he's also a business entrepreneur. He has started his own company, and he has been elected by the citizens of Fall River to serve as their mayor. So it is my distinct pleasure to welcome Mayor Jazel Correa.
Thank you. Thank you. half my life. It's not that many years, but good evening, graduates. Congratulations on behalf of the city. I am so honored to be here. I'm honored to bring you greetings on behalf of the city of Fall River, and I'm so thankful of the effort and the work that you put in to continue your education. It really is an incredible testament, and we need more people just like you in our city. We have a population that is striving to succeed, and tonight you're proof that there is a pathway to success through education, and I guarantee that you're going to continue to succeed in so many different things that you're going to do. So I'm just thankful for this organization, this wonderful organization, BCC, and the mentors, the teachers, the organization that's put this together really is doing an outstanding job. But the testament and the praise tonight is for you. Congratulations. Continue with your education. Continue succeeding. And if you ever need anything from the city of Fall River, they're going to have your back, because they had mine growing up in the city, and that's the only reason I'm able to even stand here before you. So we have your back, and thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a gift for you. Thank you. Here. Mayor?
Excuse me. Thank you very much.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Bernadette Driscoll, and as the Dean of Adult Basic Ed and Workplace Literacy, I would like to welcome you to our 31st Adult Education graduation ceremony. We ask that we begin our ceremony that everybody please shut off their cell phones. At this time, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce you to some very important guests here that have gathered on the stage to congratulate you for your accomplishments. Could you please rise when I call your name? John J. Sprague, President of Bristol Community College. Jennifer Menard, former Massachusetts State Senator and former Vice President of Workforce Development. Paul Vigen, he's the Vice President of Workforce Development. He just spoke and he's walked the mayor out. And then we have Giselle Chase, Student Board of Trustees. And Diane Sylvia, Board of Trustees. In the back, we have Joanne Pelletier, Vice President of Information Technology. Kathy Torpy Garganta, Vice President of Enrollment Services. Steve Ozak, Vice President of Preparedness, Compliance, and Students. Sally Cameron, Vice President of College Communications. This will be her last graduation, unfortunately. And President Sprague's. Oh, maybe. Okay. Elizabeth McCarthy, Vice President of Resource Development. Tafa Awalaju, Vice President of Human Resources and Affirmative Action. Greg Satharis, Vice President of Academic Affairs. And Steve Kenyon, Vice President of Administration and Finance. We also have some special guests here that are in the audience that I want to make sure we acknowledge, and many of you are very familiar with these individuals. From Attleboro, we have the Director of the Attleboro Program, Kathleen D. Simone. From the Dislocated Workers Program, we have Director Ada Snow. From the Fall River Adult Basic Ed Program, we have Director Eileen Cruz. And from the Taunton Public Schools, Bristol Community College, we have Director Carmen Botello. I would also like to introduce our American Sign Language interpreters, Cheryl Giberson and Melanie Schlang. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. This is a quote of an ancient Chinese philosopher, and when I hear this quote, I think of the day you took your first step to continue your education by pursuing your high school equivalency credential. For many of you, the first step was very hard, and for all that you have accomplished since that first step, you did not travel that alone. It is only through the support of others, your parents, your family, faculty, tutors, and friends who have accompanied you on that journey that you have been able to come to this day. Many of them are here to support you today to share in your success. Will all the staff, tutors, and please stand so that we can give you a round of applause. Excellent, excellent work. Also, we would like to extend our thanks to each of the partners and benefactors listed on the back of your program. Without the support of these programs, these programs would not be available or possible. I am honored here to be tonight to celebrate with you. I would like to recommend that today is not the end of the road in your educational journey, but hopefully just the beginning of greater things to come. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. John Sprague, the third president of Bristol Community College. Dr. Sprague is a well-known supporter of adult education, and he encourages his staff to put the needs of learners first. So please welcome Dr. Sprague.
Well, thank you, and good evening, everyone. What a great night. This is one of my favorite events of the whole year, to watch the celebration of great success. This is very important. So Dean Driscoll thanked the faculty and staff and the supporting network that you have at home or elsewhere in the neighborhood or wherever it is. So I won't bother repeating that, but I did want to address my remarks to you, graduates, and to mention the very first time that you ever learned about HiSET or equivalency degree, and someone asked you or you to participate, and you weren't sure. I'm sure many of you were very hesitant about taking that step, perhaps not being told all your life how wonderful you are and how to move forward. So I want to dwell on that early decision that you made to try it out, because I call that nothing but a heroic decision. It's a very brave decision that you made, and you know what? It was a life-changing decision. Your life will never be the same because you're here tonight. And you deserve a lot of credit for moving on, and I'm sure that you've faced challenges in your life coming to tonight, but here you are, and you made it. And so the most important step is accomplished. You finished the very start. The very first important step was deciding even to come to BCC and begin the study and stay with it, and you've done that. And now you're at the end of that particular phase of your career, and you should look back with great sense of accomplishment and success. But I'm also here to urge you to move on to another phase of your life, also in higher education, okay? To move forward, as wonderful as this degree is, you have others in front of you, and you can take it one step at a time. And it's there for you. I hope you'll consider going to Bristol Community College. We're here for you, but wherever you go, we'll still be here for you. As a graduate of this program, you're a member of our BCC family, and our resources are available to you forever, okay? As long as you need them, we'll be here for you. So whether you go to Bristol Community College or some other institution of higher learning, please know you have our support and encouragement. And it's important that you take that step, okay? The job market is such that it is demanding more than a high school equivalency degree to move into the job market. So you must, I urge you, I beg you to keep going forward and accumulate more higher education degrees. And it's not hard. You've already done the hardest part. The first one was the hardest. Now you just move on, just like putting one foot in front of another, and you're going to be fine. Don't look out if someone tells you, oh, it's going to take 3 or 4 years for you to get a 2-year degree. I never call it a 2-year degree. Saturday at our graduation, we had a gentleman, took 46 years to get his associate's degree. And what an accomplishment that is. Can you imagine the different things that happened to him in those 46 years that caused him to drop out and persevere and keep going? Before Saturday, I think the record was 30 years. So we had someone at 30 years. Came to BCC, dropped out, had children, put them through BCC, then came back herself. And now this gentleman, 46 years. So don't worry about the timetable. The important thing is one step at a time. And if someone tells you it's going to take you 46 years, what do most people do? They're going to turn around and go home and say, forget it. But he didn't. He kept going, and he took one course at a time, and he's successful. Here he is as a graduate now. Okay? So I'm going to get out of here so we can celebrate you, and I urge you to keep going. But in the meantime, let's stop tonight and pause and celebrate the wonderful accomplishment that you've done, and we're so very proud of you. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Jack. To the parents and friends tonight, when you hear your student's name, whooping is allowed and encouraged. So do create a riot to celebrate their success. They really deserve it. And like the president, I also want to congratulate the graduates. We're so proud that you have now achieved this high-set credential. And one of the things that gets me most jazzed about that, and it should be important to you, I'm going to try to convince you of that, is that you've got something that's now called an earned credential, right? So we all have our robes here, and in the hierarchy of learning, robes and hats are all symbols of progress in your education. So you haven't, but they are all tied to earned credentials. And the important thing about an earned credential is no one's ever taken that away from you. Okay, that's not going away. So congratulations for that accomplishment alone. You know, you're really the best example of what is BCC. And you have a special gift. You took you a while to figure it out, but you have the ability to learn. And you have this really important gift that, as Jack said, and as Bernadette said, and as everyone will drum into you, commencement is a transition process, right? So please consider this the transition from this learning experience to the next. And more importantly, it's another step toward a meaningful career. How many have families among the graduates? How many are parents or have families and kids, right? You want to be able to read to your kids. You want to be able to provide a good living to your kids. You want your children to have a better life than you have. And the only clear pathway to that is earnings, and the only clear pathway to earnings is success in education. So that's why we keep driving home it's a transition to the next step. Because, as Jack said, we live in a changing world, and it changes faster and faster. 46 years, I can't imagine the changes. That person grew up when there were rotary phones. Anybody remember a rotary phone? Yeah, you know, so we live in a changing world, and the pace of change keep accelerating, so that what that requires of workers and what that requires of all of us is to keep pace with that change. You need to keep a cutting edge sharp, and you need to have the personal as well as the occupational and job skills to be a worker in the next century. So you have this special gift. And I want to just share with you a story, another story from commencement. So, you know, society's full of labels, right? Winners and losers, you know, the good people and the bad people. Tonight, you shed the label high school dropout. So how good does that feel, right? No one's ever been to be in your face again calling you a high school dropout. When you're filling out a census form or job application, you don't have to check the box, high school dropout. What is it? let it go, let it go. Right, but how good does that sound? You're now college students. You've successfully completed your program at a college. So let me share another commencement story. This year, the valedictorian is selected as the top student in our graduating class. This year's valedictorian started as a high-sec student. This kid had dropped out and went back. Fortunately, it didn't take him 47 years, but he's the valedictorian. So somebody out here tonight is a future valedictorian. If you put your mind to it, you've got the support base, and now you have the confidence. So that's exactly what the BCC motto means, right? We change the world by changing individuals learner by learner. Each of you is important. Congratulations on your success. The hard work has paid off, but you're only at the beginning, so keep on keeping on. Thank you. Enjoy your night.
Okay, now I'd like to introduce a keynote speaker. And when we talk about people being successful, we always try every year to ask somebody that has been through what you have been through to speak on how they overcame the barriers that they faced and how they overcame those obstacles and became successful. So Brittany will share her story in a minute, but it's a very, it'll be close to your heart. I think it's going to touch a lot of you, and you're really going to be able to relate to it. But it's just nice to see another successful high-sec graduate. Constantly, people are really working hard and going to the next step, moving on to college, and being very successful. So today I'd like to introduce Brittany Pacheco-Iverson, who is the Associate Director of Financial Aid at Bristol Community College. Brittany received her GED in 2003 and went on to earn her Associates in Arts in BCC in Liberal Arts, as well as Associate in Science in Human Services. Brittany worked part-time as an advisor at BCC and as a tutor and supplemental instruction leader while pursuing her studies. She transferred to Roger Williams University to pursue a bachelor's degree in history and minored in Mandarin Chinese. And she is presently completing her thesis for her master's degree in higher education administration with Eastern Nazarene College. Brittany worked full-time in human service jobs while pursuing her education. After graduating from Roger Williams University, Brittany returned to BCC, worked first as a part-time instructor, leader, before finding her home in financial aid. As a financial aid counselor, she was awarded her current position, Director of Financial Aid, in February of this year. So please welcome Brittany Pacheco-Iverson.
Hello. While many expect that life follows a straight path, the reality is that life itself often prevents that from being the case. The traditional course of education, ending in a high school diploma, just doesn't make sense in the lives of all people. It could be anything: family, work, health, instability, personal choices or priorities. The list of possibilities are endless. I'm sure everyone here today can tell you their story about how true this is from their own experience. For me, I found that during my high school years, the normal path just didn't make sense for my life. I found more value in working hard and being independent and practical learning than I did sitting in a classroom 8 hours a day with little say over what I was being taught or how I was expected to learn the material. In the face of significant disapproval and doubt from adults in my life, I dropped out in favor of finding a new way. It's not easy to get by without a high school diploma. So I turned to BCC to help me prepare for the GED. Before long, I realized that I had found a place of education that finally made me feel like I fit in. It was amazing to be in a place where I could share my story without skeptical looks or feelings of judgment. I found so much kindness and support. After successfully completing my GED, I enrolled at BCC a few months later in the fall of 2003. Although at first, I was intimidated to be in a college classroom so soon after my GED graduation, I realized that I had finally found a place that was everything I wanted in an educational institution. I was able to take classes that fit around my work schedule. I was able to try subjects that interested me and focus on topics that I enjoyed. The faculty and staff were always so supportive and full of great advice. I felt like I belonged, and that was an empowering feeling. I was encouraged to help other students through tutoring, and I soon found a deep love of higher education and helping others. During my time as a BCC student, I discovered a confidence in myself that I never knew existed. And I hope through your journey toward the high set, you've also found a passion or a confidence in yourself, or even renewed a passion that was already there. There's so much uncertainty in life, and it's an incredible feeling when you find yourself in a place and it just clicks. 13 years ago, I knew I wanted to be in higher education, but I never would have imagined that I'd find myself in the world of financial aid or working to complete a master's degree. But this is where my life has led, and now I find myself in a career that I absolutely love, helping students persist in their education at the same community college where I discovered myself and found my motivation to help others. Whether you find that feeling through furthering your education, a new career, seeing the pride in the eyes of your loved ones, or simply knowing that yes, you're capable of this accomplishment and so much more, it's an amazing and empowering feeling. I know that you've heard this before, but I really can't express enough that with the accomplishment you're celebrating today, you really can go anywhere. So be proud of where you are right now. You've already taken such a significant step along a new path, and I hope that you can take confidence from this achievement forward into your next endeavor. Congratulations to each and every one of you tonight.
Thank you, Brittany. Today's student speakers are specialists in accomplishing what others may have thought was impossible, and they have graciously agreed to share their personal stories with us. The first person that will speak is Janice Albertini. Janice Albertini is a recent graduate of the Taunton Public Schools Bristol Community College Adult Education Partnership. Janice has applied her passion and talent to the field of human services for most of her adult life, working with individuals with developmental delays and acquired brain injuries. She brought that philosophy of caring and kindness to the Taunton program, where she was a constant support to her peers, whether it was providing words of encouragement or transportation to and from school. Janice restarted her education after 30 years in the workplace because of the inspiration of her family, her two daughters, who both have their master's degree, and her grandson, who she describes as the light of her life, is just starting on his educational journey. She wants to be there for him every step of the way. She plans to continue the work of helping others and knows that education will only allow her to move forward with those opportunities. The Taunton staff and students are very proud to have her as a member of the learning community and now as an active alumni. Please welcome Janice.
Okay, all right. Greetings, everyone. President Sprague, Dean Driscoll, faculty, staff, special guests, and the graduates of 2016, along with family and friends that are here to celebrate our accomplishments with us. So this is my story. I made the decision to quit high school when I was in the 10th grade. My family life was somewhat chaotic, and it was necessary for me to work full-time to help out my mom. At that age, I was living in the here and now, not realizing that this choice would affect me negatively for years to come. Life moved on, and I found myself married with 2 children, working minimum wage jobs to help support my family. This should have been enough to motivate me to complete my high school education, but there was no time for that, and the shame started to set in. I told myself that as long as both of my daughters completed their high school education and went on to college, that would be enough. Both of my children have gone on to earn advanced degrees, and I couldn't be prouder. Time continued to pass, and I found myself working in the human service field. I loved working with people and was able to move up to better positions, but would never be considered for the type of positions that I really wanted, the positions that I felt would allow me to really make a difference in people's lives. All because of my lack of education, and so the secret shame continued. The more time that passed, the less confidence I had, always thinking that I would never be able to pass the tests necessary to obtain my high school diploma. The fear of failing had taken over. But on August 8th, 2014, my grandson, Jackson Edward Hambridge, Jackie, was born, and I remember rocking him and thinking, I never wanted him to know that I didn't finish high school, that I had quit. I started thinking that maybe it was time to try. I spoke with both of my daughters. Both thought that I could do it. Both wanted me to try. Shortly after, my daughter Kristen sent me a link to the Taunton Adult Education Program. I followed the link and saw that I could take classes and prepare myself for the HiSET exam. Making that first phone call was my first step, and it was very hard, but I had to try. I received a phone call the next day from Angela Boffey, Education and Career Advisor for the Adult Education Partnership. I would be put on a waiting list to start classes. In October, I took the placement exams, and I would start in January. The first class was the hardest for me. It had been 30 years since I had been in a classroom, and my teachers were so kind and inspiring, and they had faith in me. And I began to think that maybe I could do this. In February, I took my first of the 5 subtests, social studies, and I did very well. Then in March, I took reading and writing and science. My teachers, Mary Gallagher and Patty Driscoll, were so proud, and I know that without their help and encouragement, I would not have been able to do this, and it made the world of difference, and I will remember their kindness always. The last test was math, and I was scared to death. It had never been my strong suit, and I knew this would be the most difficult. I had requested a tutor, and I was blessed to be partnered with a wonderful young man named Fabio Victoria. I would be his first student, and I secretly felt bad for him. We met weekly for the first month, and I told him that I wanted to take the test at the end of April. I fully expected that I would need to take this test twice, and I wanted to give myself enough time to test again. I was on a mission to graduate the program in June. Fabio graciously offered to meet with me twice a week until my test date. I was thrilled. I passed the first time around, doing better than I expected. Without Fabio's help, I don't think I would be standing here tonight. He was instrumental in my success. So here I stand, speaking at my graduation. I'm proud to say that the shame is gone. I'm now filled. I am now filled with pride and excitement for the future. I plan to start BCC in the fall to earn a degree in human services. Helping others comes naturally to me, and I believe that is what I was put on this earth to do. Once I have my degree, I hope to find a position that will allow me to truly make a difference in the lives of others. If I could give any advice, it would be to take that first step, make the first call. I know how scary and difficult this first step is, but once you do that, you will never be the same. Take full advantage of the help that is available. There are so many wonderful programs out there and so many wonderful people willing to help you succeed and reach your goals. I'm proof of that. The sky is the limit. Have faith in yourself. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy, but it is always possible. When I started this journey, I thought of these people as my teachers, my advisors, and my tutor. Now I think of them as my friends. I will remember their kindness and faith in me forever. I don't want to forget to mention my husband, Rick, who always believed I could do this. "Don't stress, honey," he would say. "You've got this. I know you can do anything you put your mind to." And I am truly blessed to have such a wonderful life partner. I thank you all for letting me share my story with you.
Next, I would like to introduce Alana de Blasio. Alana is a 21-year-old student from Seekonk. She entered the Attleboro e-Pay program in October and earned her high set in February. In her free time, Alana is an award-winning barrel racer and former model, actress, and singer. She plans to enroll at Massachusetts College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences in Boston in the fall. Please welcome Alana.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. Oh. Hi, my name is Alina de Blasio. I earned my high set as a student at the e-Pay program in BCC Attleboro campus. In the process, I learned many, many things. I believe that as human beings, we can learn from our failures. As long as we keep the right mindset, we can take our failures and grow from them. One of my biggest failures was not completing high school. For a while, I was extremely down about it. I felt like I was stuck in a hole and I couldn't get out. I had to pick myself up and keep going, and that's what I did. And that's how I found the e-Pay program. Growing up, my family moved a lot. From 4th grade to junior year of high school, I went to a different school every year. Although I'm a very outgoing and social person, it still took its toll on me. Also, while in high school, I started modeling and singing. I modeled every weekend, anywhere from Boston, Providence, to New York. Also, around the same time, I joined a 5-member pop girl group. With that came rehearsals, performances, appearances, and tours. I tried to communicate with my school to get tutors, etc., but they did not feel that it was worthwhile to provide me with the resources that I needed. Being a 16-year-old with a schedule like mine, I had to quickly learn how to manage my time wisely. I did my best, but it still affected my attendance. Around the beginning of junior year, I wound up getting sick. After months of doctor's visits, blood tests, and after doctor visits, tests, and blood work, we figured out that I was severely anemic. I had to drop everything I was doing and try to get better. I tried to continue school, but it was a challenge. Eventually, I had to withdraw because I had missed so many days, and the amount of work to catch up was insurmountable. After 6 iron infusions done at Boston Children's Hospital, I started to feel a little better. My levels were still not normal, but I could at least function and fulfill everyday tasks again. I had to learn how to live with the fact that everyday normal tasks would be a little bit harder on me than other people. Eventually, I went on to get a job and started working full-time in the restaurant industry. The fact that I had never finished high school, it really weighed on me. I always wanted to go back, but I didn't know how. I felt like I was stuck in a hole and I couldn't get out. till one day I thought to myself, there has to be more to life than this. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life working minimum wage jobs, barely getting by. I did my research and I found the ePay program at Bristol Community College that would help me earn my high set. I was there for 5 months. I worked very hard and studied a lot, and finally received my high set on February 27, 2016. Although withdrawing from high school is still one of my biggest failures, I wouldn't go back and change it. I'm happy the way things played out for me. I believe that back then, if I had finished, I would not have gone to college, because college was never a thought for me. I was barely getting by in high school, and I didn't think I could do college. My mindset was so different from now. Now I'm ready. I'm motivated and excited to complete college and see what I have planned for the future. I plan to attend mass pharmacy in the fall, but in the meantime, I'm doing extra courses like anatomy and chemistry this summer. I'm working full-time right now at a hospital doing housekeeping, and hopefully I'll be in mass pharmacy come this fall and to continue my education. I want to thank the BCC ePay program, Mary Kate, Kathleen, Margaret, Yuta, Phyllis, and all the other staff. I want to thank my family and my mom for helping me pass my high set test and supporting my efforts to continue my education.
Our next speaker is Jessica Dreist. She grew up in Boston and left high school at age 16. At that time, she was more interested in work than finishing school. Years later, when she tried for a high school credential, she got discouraged and never completed. A little over a year ago, she heard about a new program that BCC offers at Head Start that provided parents with childcare and transportation and high-set class. Immediately, she enrolled. Even though her life as a mother of 6 children is extremely busy, Jessica finished her high set in less than a year. Her goal is to attend college and eventually work at Head Start and give back. Please welcome Jessica.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I would like to share my story with you. It is a story I am proud to be able to tell. It is my story of success when failure was the far easier road. About 20 years ago, when I was 16, I decided school wasn't for me. I didn't realize then the consequences that came along with giving up on something I now know I needed to move forward to a better future with more opportunity. Over the past 20 years, those consequences became more and more clear. With each year that passed, the urge to get my high school degree grew stronger and stronger. But it wasn't easy. Over those 20 years, my family kept expanding, along with bills and the need to work to provide for the family I created. It became increasingly difficult to find the time and opportunity to pursue my dream of obtaining my high school degree. Then an opportunity came along that I couldn't pass up. Terry, the family advocate for my daughter's Head Start, pulled me aside and told me about the new high set program for parents at Head Start. The program provided childcare throughout the summer while we took our classes and prepared for tests. Terry truly inspired me to get signed up and complete my goal of obtaining my high school degree. My life partner, Jonathan, also joined me and signed up for classes. This is a goal we are both proud to be able to complete. I am thankful for all the support we have had. Ada always let us know we were doing great and gave us motivation to keep going forward. Jonathan has been a great teacher who always showed dedication and commitment. And Lynn always made sure we were signed up for our test and joined us in being very proud of our accomplishments. As I said in the beginning, this is a story I am proud to be able to tell. I'm proud that every time I doubted myself, I never gave up. I'm proud to be able to show my kids I didn't give up. Without realizing it, they have also been my motivation. I completed the HiSET program in less than a year and while pregnant with our sixth baby. Next year, my goal is to enroll into college. I want to work with children so I can somehow share the value of an education. This road was not easy, but I did it, and I learned that if you don't give up, it's never too late to accomplish your goals. Thank you, everyone, for the support and motivation you provided along the way. You have all helped me make it possible to reach my goal and make my dreams a reality.
Look at that, a husband and wife going to school together and both graduating, and taking care of 6 children in their spare time. Okay, our last student speaker is Kevin Workman, who grew up in Jersey City, New Jersey. He left school at 17, worked in a variety of different jobs, and in 1998, when he was 29, he came to Massachusetts. He started the HiSET preparation at BCC in the fall of 2013, left class in the fall of 2014, and earned his equivalency in the 2016. He never gave up. Kevin is a proud father of 3 children and grandfather of 2. Please welcome Kevin.
Thank you. President Sprague, Dean Driscoll, the BCC ABE faculty and staff, the class of 2016, family and friends. Let me just share a little of my story of determination and dedication. It started in the fall of 1987, my last year of high school. I decided to leave to become an illegal pharmacist. I said, true story, true story, true story. I said, with all the money I'm making, I could buy me a diploma. Who needs to go to school? But with that came hard times. 15 months out of my life, I became state property. I belonged to the state. I had to do what they tell me to do. Wake up, go to bed. Basically, I was theirs. But that didn't stop me. That's where I first started to get my diploma or my GED. I worked for the jail, making 38 cents a day. I did that and went to school. During those times, it was time for me to be released. I said, okay, I'm about to be released. I'm about to be a free man. Ain't nothing nobody could tell me. But I didn't give up. I kept on going. This is when the real struggle began, because when you're back in the world, you think everything is yours. You can do whatever you want to do, because you got this mindset. But I continued to do what I wanted to do and live my life. With that, I landed a job. I became the floor supervisor. Still wasn't happy. I wasn't making no money. I was working long hours. The job went out of business, and my back was up against the wall again. I didn't know what to do. Didn't want to go back to where I came from, so I had to make a decision. It wasn't just my life I was thinking about, it was someone else's life. I had a 3-year-old daughter at that time, and I had to take care of her too. So I had to do what's best for, not just for me, but what's best for her. So the decision came for me to come to Massachusetts, leave my hometown, Jersey City, New Jersey, pack up, leave my family, and move to Massachusetts. I did it. It was a hard task. It wasn't easy, because I wasn't just leaving my hometown, I was leaving my family. But to make a better life for me and for them, I had to do what was necessary. So I moved to Massachusetts, had my share of jobs, long hours, no pay. What a person to do but cry every day. I'm tired of doing this, I'm tired of doing that. What am I gonna do? One day, I went to the Career Center, sitting there doing my normal, looking for a job that wasn't paying me nothing. Came across a flyer into the BCC GED program. I said, this is a sign. I said, this is calling me. This is telling me if I want to better my life and make a better life, not just for me, my child, and my grandkids, I had to do something. So I entered the program in the fall of 2013. And like it was mentioned, I didn't stay long. I had a short period in the program. Life throws things at you. I was on the verge of being homeless. So I had to make a choice, either be homeless or go to school. But like I said, I dropped out. I had to find me somewhere to live first. But I didn't stop there. Found me somewhere to live and continued my education. But before I left the BCC program, I had the opportunity of joining the health program, working under the leadership of Barbara Majacomo. She taught us everything from health benefits of not smoking, walking to live a healthy life, and she showed us a film about King Corn, genetic modified organism. And if anybody don't know about that, that's where your cows eat corn that they make in a laboratory, basically, and it's corn-fed food that you're eating. But long story short, I scheduled 5 tests. I said, listen, call Miss Carol. I'm gonna schedule my test. She said, okay. She gave me, her words of advice. She said, well, only thing I can tell you is here's Khan Academy. Use this website. It has everything on it you need. Practice and do the best you can do. I said, okay. I went on a Friday, did 3 tests. Next day, Saturday, did the other 2. Passed 4 out of 5. Still had that one math test left. That was the problem. But I didn't give up. Still had my odd jobs. Now I'm working cabs, riding through the city. Who do I see? Miss Carol. She pulls over, I pull over. Did you take that test yet? I said, Miss Carol, I'm doing it. I'm on it. I'm on top of it. She said, okay, just call me. I call her. Miss Carol, I scheduled my test. I said, but there's a problem. It's all the way in Framingham. She said, Framingham? I never had a student go all the way to Framingham just to take a test. I said, well, this is something that I want, and I have to do it. And lo and behold, I did it. And I'm here now with y'all to share my experience of not giving up and staying true to me and my family. Because without them and their support, I wouldn't be here standing on this stage with the rest of y'all. And I thank y'all.
At this time, we'd like to award the Diane McMullen Memorial Scholarship. Diane was a champion of the adult learner. She was passionate about addressing the needs of all. Through her noble dedication and pledge to lifelong learning, she created a home for adult basic ed at Bristol Community College. I would like to ask her daughters, Katie and Lauren, and Noah, her grandson, to please come up to the stage.
Big voice.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Noah. I am here tonight with my mom and dad, my cousin Anthony, and my papa. We are proud to present a scholarship in honor of my mama, Diane McMullen.
Diane McMullen was our mother and your Dean of Literacy Services. She was an active board member of the Massachusetts Coalition for Adult Education and a tireless advocate for adult learners. When Mom passed away in 2009, we established this scholarship to honor her passion for lifelong learning.
You know, when Katie and I were growing up, Mom planted the seeds of love for learning in us early on. She showed us that a walk around the block could just be an impromptu lesson about caterpillars. Anthony and I were just talking about caterpillars on our way in here. He said one of his friends stepped on him, but it was just a mistake. So, you know, we made sure that we overused our library cards, and that she taught us that bedtime stories could really just be the best part of the day.
Today, the seeds that Mom planted continue to grow. Lauren and I are mothers ourselves, and what we now know is that those little moments were part of a much bigger plan. Instilling a love of learning early on does more than set the stage for a happy childhood. The ability to learn new skills and information can show you that the world is full of opportunities. It can give you confidence that you have the power to change your life for the better.
This year's scholarship recipient, Kristen Brulard, is determined to take, yeah, you can clap, go ahead. She is determined to take her opportunity for education and turn it into a new path for her life. In her application, Kristen described a sense of pride that grew with each successful experience at her school, and passing her high school equivalency was empowering and has opened the door to a future of new possibilities for herself and for her family.
We're so proud of Kristen and every graduate. Today is the culmination of all your hard work. It is the product of all the support you receive from your teachers here at BCC and the love from your friends and family. We wish you all the best as you begin this new chapter in your journey of lifelong learning. You ready?
Go ahead.
Happy congratulations!
This is for you. Come on, after we do much, you have a picture. Happy for you. Okay, let's go. It's Bernie's turn now.
Thank you. Thank you. Nice job.
Before we give the certificates, I'd just like to do one thing. I would like the graduates, past and present, who have already taken a certificate course or a credit course, whether it be at BCC or another college, please rise. I know there's more of you than that. Very good. Congratulations. Keep going. Thank you. Now, for the people in the audience that are looking and hearing these stories, I want you to think about the opportunity that is available to you, whether it be the high-set classes. We offer numerous high-set classes in all the different cities, free day and evening classes. So people say to us, there's so many individuals out there that don't have a high-set. Why aren't they coming to school here? You have to take that first step. And as you heard everybody talk here, the first step is the hardest. But once you come to us, we will do everything in our power to help you achieve that goal. In addition to the high set, you have 2 tables over at the entranceway. We have what they call Step Up to College, which is a college program for students of high set that want to go into college. They go into a transition program, so they take a couple of classes and then they transition into college. So that's a free opportunity also. And from there, many of our students, and without that program or with that program, people go on to take credit classes. So you have admissions also there to give you information about all the opportunities here at BCC. So if you're thinking in your mind right now, you know, like I think it was Kevin said, he kept on thinking about it, and all our other student speakers kept on thinking about it. Well, if you're thinking about it, we are here to help. So please let us help you. Okay, now is the time we've all been waiting for. Okay, very exciting. Okay, the presentation of the certificates. I had in my speech, because, you know, this is something we've done before, I said, please hold your applause, but my boss just said that you could go crazy with your applause. So you don't have to hold your applause this year, because Paul said we don't have to, so. Okay, let's, all right. So will all of our graduates please stand? We at Bristol Community College formally recognize your successful completion of all the requirements related to the high school equivalency diploma. As a sign of your official passage from adult basic education learner to graduate, please transfer your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side now. Okay, graduates in the first row, please stay standing. And I ask that Carol Ginsberg, which you heard a lot about this evening, and Joe Sylvia, they're both high-set instructors from the Fall River program, please come up to the stage. All right, so these are in order. It should be in order. Okay, so you're all set.
Janice Albertini.
Take it off?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, let me see.
Alina de Blasio.
Alina de Blasio. Jessica Dreist. Kevin Workman. Leo Bastille. Marilyn Benikez. Margaret Boyer. Kristen Brulard. Chelsea Cabral. Chin Chum. James L. Corbett. Francisco da Silva. Jessica A. Datilio. Francielle D'Souza. Jada Fernandez. Cedric T. Gomes. Amy Lee Gray. Tyler C. Green. Jocelyn J. Irizarry. Jonathan Mendez. Doug Minville. Jalexis L. Miranda. João Montero. Brian Moore. Amanda M. Morrison. Charlotte Oravec. Corinne Osborne. Debbie M. Pete. Janed L. Perez Cuesta. Tyler Phillips. Tyler Rigo. Nicholas Reverito. Rachel E. Robidoux. Kelly L. Ross. Franco Santos. Leah Saunders. Karen Smith Raish. Vanari Young. Leisha Zenon. Lisa Mora. Maria Lima. Malik Adams. Kyle Kirk. Diane Colazzo. Myra Colazzo. Ashley Ward. Okay, round of applause for the class of 2016. Woo! You can stand. You deserve to stand.
I ask that you remain standing until the recession is complete. After that, President Sprague will be available in the staff lounge to take pictures with anybody that's interested. You will have to take the picture yourself. Your family can take the picture, but President Sprague will be happy to take that picture with you. Okay, so once again, congratulations and best wishes. Thank you very much.